It's Tuesday. It's the hockey show, Puck Time, sponsored by Wagertalk. I'm Lawrence Presman, the Prez. You can see the show every day at Wagertalk TV, our YouTube channel, the most watched handicapping YouTube channel by far. Although with that said, it seems like our competitors are studying us, copying everything we do. Well, best of luck to them. Dave Cokin with us today. Andrew McGinnis was sick, so he's stepping in with no notice. And, of course, Alex B. Smith. Let's bring in the guests. Let's get the show underway. Hey, Dave. How are you, buddy? I heard you had a tough loss on Sunday, Tampa Bay. Marco just vented for 10 straight minutes yesterday, so he did it for both of you.
Well, good. Everything else is good, though. 4-2 week in college football, with a really easy 5% winner on Buffalo. NHL's on a 6-1 run. Got an overtime winner with the Coyotes yesterday. So, I'm pretty happy overall. And if I got to blow one now and then, like the Bucks, that's the way it goes.
Ain't that the truth? I got lucky as hell last night. I had a 5-unit play on the over in the Dallas New York Giants game. Look, I put it, Dave, you and I talk about this a lot. All access customers, why you got to get a long-term pass. I put this play up last Wednesday. It was 47.5. So when it hit 48, I won. But the line moved on Sunday to 48.5. All of my customers who purchased yesterday needed that miracle ending, and we got it. And I told you guys, man, when I run hot, I run hot. And right now, I am running hot. I'm on a 5-1 and 27-12 all sports run. Lots of promos up for you guys today. If you take a look at the bottom of the screen, I have a 5-unit play tonight in hockey, a 5-unit play tonight. It is Carmine Bianco approved. It's regularly $40. It's yours for $20. Use the promo code Prez NHL20. Prez NHL20. Alex, how you doing? Happy college basketball New Year.
Yeah, I mean, it's an exciting time. Got college hoops starting. Hockey was great last night. I had one play and I cashed. Actually, I had two plays. I cashed with the first period over in Boston-Pittsburgh, which could have easily been 2-2. We saw that obviously go back and forth throughout the game, Boston getting that win. But then I also had Nashville on the puck line, which I wish they all could be that easy. 6-1 after a 5 spot for Nashville in the second period. So fun night. And like I can tell, I got 3 plays in college hoops tonight, 4 plays in the NHL. I'm really liking a lot of stuff on the board tonight. So I'm hoping to get on a hot roll with you guys as well. Then, make for a profitable November.
Dave, congratulations on that 5% play on Buffalo in college football last week. It was such a easy play, just such a nice winner. And, everybody, we really appreciate you guys trusting us enough to buy packages from us. We sold a shit ton of those plays, Dave, and a huge kudos to you. Outstanding win.
Well, it was an easy decision. It was just the fundamentals were huge on the Buffalo side in terms of the matchup. In relation to the line, it was the best play I've seen this year, and I'm glad it worked out.
A lot's going on today over at Wagertalk. Let's take apart the first game, and then I'm going to get into a bunch of the news of what's happening over at Wagertalk today and this week. Alex, I'll go to you first on the Toronto Maple Leaf game. I mean, look, the Leafs are 7-5, 2-1 this season. It's been a bit of a frustrating start for Toronto, and especially watching what Boston is doing in their division. Just ridiculous stuff. They're playing the LA Kings tonight, minus 240, and I mean, this should be one of those games that really should just be an easy winner for Toronto. I can't lay 240. I can't even lay the regulation price here. But I think Toronto should win by 2 goals. So I do like Toronto on the puck line at minus, very small, basically a pick 'em. But not getting to the window on this game. Where are you going?
I like Toronto on the puck line. I also like the over
Yep.
as well. I mean, you got an LA team that's made my Blackhawks look like world beaters offensively again. They gave up 5 to them last week in a loss. They beat them 4-3 in that overtime game, but Hawks had a ton of chances. Vancouver, of course, electric offense. They scored 5 on LA. So Toronto should be able to get the offense rolling here. Tavares coming back into the lineup after getting back from that broken finger. So Toronto should roll big in this one. But I think there'll be some goals going both ways. We've seen the Leafs still
Yep.
give up some goals as well. So Leafs puck line and the over.
Dave, where are you on this?
I'm not laying that kind of a price with Toronto. They're just not physical enough. This is going to be a problem for them. Their blue line guys they don't bang, and you got to get physical. And the Kings have some size up front, so that they could be an interesting matchup for them. By the way, I won with the Leafs at Philadelphia the other night in the worst shootout in the history of hockey.
Exciting.
Went 11 rounds. It was horrible. It was only exciting from the standpoint of there was a question of whether the goaltenders would actually shoot at each other because they ran out of players. Everybody's trying to go 5-hole. Nobody's putting on any moves. It was just awful. Unfortunately, I won it, but jeez, this Maple Leafs team, let's just call it now. He won't get fired during the season, but at the end of this year, after the Maple Leafs are knocked out in the first round of the playoffs again, which they will be, Babcock will be gone. They have to make a change there.
And I agree, Dave. I've spoken about this on the shows before. I'm not a Mike Babcock fan at all. And he really has lived on that record with Detroit winning the Stanley Cup. But if you go back and look at what went down in Detroit, I think Alex B. Smith could have led that team to a Stanley Cup. And, it took them a long time, too. Datsuk, Zetterberg, Lindstrom. This team was absolutely stacked when Babcock was the coach. They should have won a hell of a lot more than they did. It's almost like they won the Stanley Cup finally despite him. Guys, let's just get some news underway, and then we'll talk about Boston against Montreal. So today's a big day. Lots of videos going on at Wagertalk. We have Puck Time, which we're doing now. The college football betting show goes today. Dave, Cokin, Teddy, and myself, we look at 15 college football games, and also got some great promotions for Dave and Teddy during that show. We have the Betting Edge today with Ralph Michaels and Drew Martin. And the NFL presidential address will go today as well, as I am leaving tomorrow morning early to head to Vegas. I'll actually be in the studio tomorrow doing the shows with the boys in Vegas. So quick heads up, Carmine Bianco will be hosting Puck Time. And Joe Ranieri from Sports Memo will be hosting the Betting Edge. So please continue to watch that. And I know whenever I leave, people talk, oh, Alex, you did such a great hosting job. Prez, you're fired. Nobody needs Prez. Oh, Joe's the bomb. Prez, don't come back. Guys, feel free to continue to put that up. Listen, this is how it works, everyone. The more comments put up on our YouTube videos, the higher we go up the search ranking in YouTube. So I don't care if your comments are positive or negative. I just care that you comment. Dave, Alex, this Boston team, I'll tell you a funny story. Vivian, my girlfriend, has been betting. I put $200 in her account a few weeks ago, and she's built it up to about $290, so good for her. And yesterday she took Boston minus 1.5. It was 2-2 with 2.5 minutes to go in the game. And she turns to me and she says, Boston is going to score and then we're going to get an empty netter. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. You are the most optimistic bettor ever. I put that at about a 5% chance. Well, lo and behold, Vivian cashed her ticket. Now we've got Boston on the road. It's a pick'em against Montreal. And we have an 11-1 team just playing lights out hockey, playing against Montreal. I want to take Boston here, Alex. I just don't think it's a great spot for them. I am legit going to pass on this hockey game. Where are you going?
I like Boston in the spot here. I mean, that was a big win for them last night. A resilient win. They, jump out to a lead, end up blowing it, and I'm not shocked that they end up having the competitive of a game they did last night because you had a Pittsburgh team where everybody who had been hurt at the beginning of the year was back in the lineup. You had Brian Russ getting back in the lineup, Bustad. Both those guys end up scoring big goals to tie and get them the lead, and then of course Boston tied things up, get Marchand to give them the go-ahead goal with less than 2 minutes left, and then of course the empty netter that Vivian so needed to cash her bet. So it was a great game for them, and now they play a Montreal team, this is still a rivalry. Even though as lopsided as it's been, Boston's won 8 of the last 10 meetings. I see where it was Halak getting the start last night. He's been phenomenal as the 1B or number 2 goalie, whatever you want to call him in that spot. He's really stepped up at times. And now you got Tuukka Rask coming in here. I think this is a good spot and a good price here for Boston. Also lean with the first period over as well. Both these teams have cashed quite a bit with that.
Dave, what do you like in this one?
I don't think it is a good spot for Boston. And I think that's why the line is moving the other way. That was an amazing game last night between the Bruins and Penguins. Bruins are up 3-0 early in the second period. And then Pittsburgh put together about as dominant of 15 minutes of hockey as you'll see all season. Scored 4 times to take the lead. The Bruins are the Bruins. They come back and they win again. And that first line, the perfection line, is, I told you, I know you argue this with me, but that is the best line in hockey. Because, boy, they go both ways, and Pasternak is unreal at this point. Bergeron, Marchand has another big night last night. But I don't know what the energy level is going to be like coming out of that game and having to travel to Montreal to face a Canadiens team that's had a little bit of rest. And Montreal wants this badly. Don't know if it'll make my card or not because the Canadiens are actually now the favorite in the game. So the value's out the window here. Do you want to lay a price against the team that's got 1 regulation loss? No. But I don't think I want the Bruins here.
Yeah, and I'm with you. And I started that segment by saying I don't think it's a good spot for Boston. And, Dave and Alex, I actually think although Boston made an incredible comeback, not a comeback, but, was 4-4 with 2 to go, they were outshot substantially last night.
It was all the second period. I mean, it was amazing how. I watched the whole game because I still have some Bruins fan in me, and when I'm not involved in a bet, I'll root for the Bruins. And the Penguins in the second period was just unbelievable dominance. The whole period, the ice was tilted. The whole period was played in the Boston end.
He's Dave Cokin. Yep.
And even in the first period, not sorry, I'm not cutting you off, but even in the first period, that Penguins though that power play, which they've been the whole game they've been talking about how they've gone 8 games without a power play goal, but they had a ton of chances. Like I said, Halak really stood on his head, so that's why I feel Boston in this spot. Because of the fact that they did have such a flat second period and then have to bounce back in that third, I think it almost feels like a comeback win for them. So, I just feel like they might be able to carry that momentum into this game tonight.
By the way, good move by the Penguins last night after the third goal. And it wasn't like Murray was getting killed. They yanked him. And that sometimes will spark a team. And it did last night. Pittsburgh really got hot after that goalie change.
Dave Cokin joining us from Wagertalk.com. Alex B. Smith from Sports Memo. And Alex, send me your runs so I can set up a promotion for you next week when I'm here. Guys, really quick, just go through the promos and then we're going to do a scroll change. I'm on an 11-4 NHL run. Last week I had a 5-unit play up. Dave actually texted me telling me great call. It was on the over in the Tampa Bay game. It was a 7-6 ending. I won that 5-unit play going away. I have another 5-unit NHL play up tonight. These plays don't happen a lot. You're going to get a 5-unit play in hockey, maybe at the most twice a month. That's how much we like these plays. And it's plus money, guys. It's a plus money 5-unit play. Regularly priced $40. It's yours for $20. We always give our Puck Time listeners a deal on these 5-unit plays. Head over to Wagertalk, use the promo code Prez NHL20. As well, you can get 1 week of all my plays for $79. That's 1 week of all my plays for $79. Use the promo code Prez79. And I'm going to make a scroll change because Carmine, Dave Cokin, 18-3 hockey run. The guy takes.
He does this every year.
It's unbelievable how good Carmine is in NHL hockey and soccer. I mean, it's actually unbelievable. And the great thing about it is, and you guys out there obviously don't get him texting you. You know, it's like 2-0 against him, you know, midway through the first, and he'll text me 5-2 Islanders, and then the game ends 5-2. I'm like, how do you do this? 18-3 hockey run for Carmine. You guys can get half his hockey season. So from now until the NHL All-Star break for $150 off, use the promo code CARM350. Alex, just let Andrew know I'm sick and tired of these Vancouver superstar, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not taking the bait on Twitter anymore.
That's not on Andrew. I posted that last night. That was me.
Oh, I know. I'm not taking the bait anymore. Anyway, Vancouver's at home. They won 3 out of 4. And they did go to overtime against Anaheim on that other one, on that fourth, their loss. They're playing St. Louis, who's won 4 in a row and 6 of 7. And St. Louis has gone over 2 games in a row. I'm passing on this game completely, but I think it's going to be an exciting hockey game and a real good test for Vancouver. -120 at home, 9-3 on the season. Both teams have the same record. Where are you going in this game?
I like this over quite a bit. Like
dropped to 5.5.
Yeah, and even more so now. I mean, I like that at 6, but this is a spot, like you said, for Vancouver to get the defending Stanley Cup champions at home. He says it's a good litmus test for them. Their offense is rolling. Like I mentioned, Elias Pettersson was the number 1 player of the week in the NHL. He had 3 goals, 6 assists in 4 games. Leads the team with 20 points overall. I mean, they just got a bunch of different guys that can contribute night after night. They're getting some solid goaltending. I would not be shocked to see them get the win here. They're slightly favored, so it's not necessarily upset, obviously. But I think it's going to be a back-and-forth game, but I definitely like this over.
Yeah, Dave, what do you like?
I'm considering the Blues. I just a heads up, and this is why a lot of times I'll have hockey plays up that aren't for sale individually, and last night was a good example. I didn't post the Arizona game until about 3 o'clock my time. And the reason for that, and I'm not going to do a promotion at that point, it's ridiculous. So the only people who get it are the all-access players. That's why you should buy the all-access package. And the reason I wait so long is I want as much information on confirmed goalies and likely line combinations as I can get. I mean, I like the Blues tonight, but if Jake Allen is in goal, I don't want to play them. So I'm waiting to see what the confirmed goalies will be. We'll mention this on the Blues, though. Since the Tarasenko injury, and this is what good teams do, and they're obviously a good team, they really galvanize. And it's like, okay, well, we're not going to let one injury knock us down. And the Blues have actually, I think you can argue, they played their best hockey since Tarasenko got hurt. Now, that might ease off at some point, but right now they're kind of a hot team.
Yeah, but Dave, if you recall, I mean, they did the same thing last year. Tarasenko was hurt in the second half of the season, and I think they rolled off 12 in a row or something like that.
There's a lot of focus on teams when they lose a superstar. Yeah. And, you know, in hockey, it's not like basketball where if you lose one of your best players in basketball, because it's only 5 guys, and you know, basically teams don't go more than 8 deep. The loss of a superstar is incredibly damaging. But in hockey, you're playing 20 guys every game. Okay, you can overcome a loss of even your best player.
Yeah, no, I'm with you 100%. And especially because hockey is such a system-oriented play, right? I mean, you dump and chase, put down the left wing lock, play the neutral zone trap. I mean, there's ways to slow the game down or speed it up depending on your personnel. Alex, the Blackhawks, sorry, are on the road playing San Jose.
That's all right. Most people get sick when they talk about the Blackhawks, so that was just that was a Freudian cough right there.
Oh well, they're a terrible hockey team. San Jose's minus 165.
How'd you like to get stuck with that Seabrook contract?
Okay.
Oh my God, he's still got 4 years to go. It's the Albert Pujols contract of the NHL.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is.
Well, you know what?
Yeah,
that guy was a beast in his prime. Anyway, let's
I know he was,
bottom line this.
that's why you don't pay old guys.
Let's bottom line this, guy. San Jose Sharks, they're not good enough for me to pay 165. Alex, where are you going in this game?
I would take the Sharks on the puck line here. This Hawks team, I mean, the whole blue line looks like trash right now. And even if it's Robin Lehner, who's been facing a ton of rubber already, it's a matter of time before he gets worn down. I've seen the Hawks, this California trip, this goes back a long way. Whenever they get San Jose in that last game, they always tend to fall a bit flat. You look at the history of that. The Sharks have won 7 of the last 10 meetings. I would not be shocked here if this is a complete flat spot for the Hawks all the way around. So I'll take a shot with the puck line.
Yeah, so
Sharks.
the entire NHL season will be a flat spot for the Hawks. Dave, what do you like in this game?
Kind of looks like it might be a flat spot for the Sharks too. Boy, they don't look
No.
good. Nothing's working out there. I can't lay a price with them right at this point. I don't want the Blackhawks.
I agree
next.
100%. Total pass for me. Guys, Carmine 18-3 NHL run. Use the promo code CARM350, $350 for all of his hockey plays until the All-Star break. It's the last minute of play, 10 seconds each, and then we've got to call it a show. Alex, New York Islanders minus 270 on the puck line in regulation. Whatever the case, this team's on fire. Ottawa back-to-back games, although they looked really good last night against the Rangers. Over and under is 6. What are you doing?
I'll take a shot with the over here. This Islanders team's got things clicking, and we know how Ottawa's defense can allow goals in bunches at times. So over 6 looks solid.
I'm not going against the team which won 9 in a row. So Islanders are nobody, and I guess it's nobody at that price.
Philadelphia minus 105 hosting Carolina, and Philadelphia has been playing good of late. Carolina did hit the skids slightly, but still a 9-4-1 record. It's basically a pick'em game. The total is 6.5. Alex?
It's another spot where I like the over here. We've seen the over go 4 of the last 5 for Carolina on the road, 5 of the last 7 overall. Philly's goaltending can be spotty at times as well. Wouldn't be shocked to see this one be a boat race.
Yeah, I think Carter Hart's playing tonight. He hasn't been good, and Carolina's got the offense to exploit him. Hurricanes.
Columbus plus 120 hosting the Knights. Columbus wins tonight, and they're back to 500. The total is 6. Where are you going, Alex?
I mean, we've seen Vegas kind of lay some eggs on the road going out east, but I don't see where they'll do that here, especially if Fleury's in net. I lean with
Dave.
Vegas.
I would lean Columbus. I don't know I can't tell you exactly what's wrong with the Golden Knights right now, but something's wrong with them. Back-to-back games where they've blown 2-goal leads in the third period and then lost in overtime. Right now, they are not clicking. And heading east, I don't think it's going to be easy for them.
Alex, Winnipeg's finally started turning it around, played outstanding against Vegas a few nights ago. They're hosting the New Jersey Devils, who are a total mess. They're minus 135. The total is 6.5. I don't know how you can't play Winnipeg and the over in this game.
Yeah, just a slight lean with Winnipeg. We have seen teams, when they leave Las Vegas, they've gone 1-7 so far this year, and that trend goes back. I think it's 23-60 now the last 3 seasons. So if Winnipeg lays a flat spot, I wouldn't be shocked by it, but they should be able to take care of a pretty bad New Jersey team.
Yeah, I actually lean Devils in this game. I think the Devils have a chance to pull one off. Winnipeg coming home off a fairly lengthy trip, and this is a fat and happy spot, especially coming out of Las Vegas.
Dallas is minus 145 hosting a injury-riddled Colorado Avalanche.
Oh, boy.
I like the under in this game, Alex.
Yeah, lean with the under too. I mean, we saw 2-1 when these two teams played 4 days ago. Like I said, with no Landeskog, no Rantanen, Colorado's offense has gone a bit cold lately. So the only thing I would look at here would be the
Dave?
under.
I think Dallas can slow down the speed of the Avalanche, despite the fact that, they're still a fast team even without the two guys. I think it's a good matchup for Dallas.
Guys, Calgary on the road at home playing Arizona, -160. Arizona 9-4 with an outstanding win last night against Edmonton. I watched the game, and they just clog the entire ice. There's so little space. When you've got the fastest hockey player maybe in history, at least at that level. I'm sure there were speed demons that were like mediocre hockey players, but Connor McDavid is at an extremely high level, and there was no space out there at all for Edmonton. It was such an impressive 5-player defensive effort from Arizona. Can they do it again tonight, Alex?
I think so. Like I said, that's just their style of hockey. And if people were listening yesterday, I gave out the draw plus 280 and the under 5.5. Both of those cashed. Wouldn't be shocked to see the same kind of game here. Another 3-2 win for Arizona.
Dave?
It's difficult because it's back-to-back, and that was a tough game last night. So the scheduling dynamics do point to Calgary, but Arizona's playing a really strong system right now, and that Schmaltz line doesn't get any attention because, Arizona doesn't get any attention as a team. But that Schmaltz line is clicking right now. They got great chemistry. I don't think I want to go against this Coyote squad.
Yep, no, they are. They're playing outstanding hockey. Anaheim hosting Minnesota. A surprising start for Anaheim at 9-6, and there's no reason they can't win this game to go to 10-6. Under 5.5. Alex, I'm not going to the window in this one, but I do lean on the under.
I lean with Anaheim here at a pretty cheap price. Minnesota back to the losing ways, dropping 3 in a row. Of course, if John Gibson's in net, this is one where he could just stand on his head and pretty much win the game on his own. So slight lean with Anaheim.
He's Alex McGinnis. Alex, oh my God. You two schmoes. Alex Cokin. He's Alex B. Smith from Sports Memo. 7 bets up for him tonight over at sportsmemo.com. Alex, did Andrew win his NBA play last night?
No, unfortunately, he lost that one. He had the
14-2 to start the season in NBA for Andrew. Dave Cokin with us. You can check him out at Wagertalk.com. The promo codes CARM350, Prez79, and Prez NHL20 for $20 off of my 5-unit play tonight. Dave, you might as well just stay on the call. We'll go straight into the college football betting show. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Carmine Bianco will be hosting the next 4 puck times, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Monday. If you want to visit me, tweet me. I'll be in Vegas playing a lot of poker. I'll be in studio all day tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Take care of yourself and let that puck bounce the right way.